Could I ask the student up on the right to ask her question, please? Yes, mic number 3, please go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Lee. I understand that for economic and demographic reasons, Singapore has allowed a high number of foreign immigrants within a short time period. My question is, what can we do to promote a sense of belonging and foster social cohesiveness in the next decade? Thank you.
Could I first ask you to identify yourself, and could you tell us if you, which nationality you come from?
I'm Singaporean and I'm a PhD student from the School of Biological Sciences.
Well, I have some bad news for you. Not because I disagree with you that we must have a sense of cohesiveness and we must assimilate the new migrants that were made into Singapore citizens and the permanent residents who hope to become Singapore citizens. My worry, looking at the demographics, is that we are fast aging as a population. The birth rate today, fertility rate, is 1.01. In other words, for every couple, you have 1.01 baby. So, instead of a population pyramid like that, you will have a diamond-shaped pyramid, inverted. Having said that, the Institute of Policy Studies have the grim statistics of 60,000 migrants a year to keep our economy young, or our people young and economically active. We can't digest that. 20,000 maybe, 25,000 at a stretch, but certainly not 60,000. So, in other words, we are going to become, because it's politically indigestible otherwise, to take in these numbers, a shrinking and aging population like Japan. If you study the figures in Japan, you will find that they refuse to take any migrants because they want to keep Japan pure for the Japanese. Even Japanese, racially, from Brazil, came back to Japan, 700 of them, could not speak Japanese and were sent back to Brazil. The net result is a Japan which is stagnant, and a Japan that, despite several stimulus packages, is still in the doldrums. So even if we take 25,000 a year, which we can digest, we are heading in that direction. The answer is to have people have 1.8, then we can do with 20,000 immigrants. Or better still, 2.1, then we replace ourselves. But the trend in all developed countries is once you have women educated and doing jobs, the fertility rate goes to 1 because the cost is too high. A double income becomes a single income once you have a child, pregnancy, looking after the child, first few years of life, you have a second child, more loss of income. So this is a problem that's afflicting all European countries, all developed countries. Only America is the one developed country that's reproducing itself. And that's because we've got huge open spaces. And so the people have a sense of optimism and they produce a second child. Singapore is a pretty crowded place already. Home prices have gone up. People want to live near their parents, but the center the central areas are totally built up. So you got to go to Sengkang or Pasir Ris, and they complain. It's far away from their parents, can't look after the grandchildren. But what's the answer? You've got to wait for the parents to die, then you rebuild under a SIRS program, and you rebuild taller and higher. But that's a long, decades-long process. So my conclusion is to take in what is digestible and acceptable politically, which is about 20,000, at the most 25,000 a year. We are going to shrink and get old. How old are you now?
I'm 27 this year.
You are?
27.
27.
Are you married?
No.
You are doing a PhD? You are doing a PhD?
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, when will you finish your PhD?
In another 2 years.
So you'll be 29. Have you got a boyfriend?
No.
Well, the childbearing years are about 35. After 35, the dangers of having a Mongol children, a Down syndrome, in other words, a dull person, rises. So my advice is, please don't waste time. It's more important and more satisfying than your PhD. But good luck to you. I hope you get your PhD and your boyfriend.